The term learning is actually a specific term. Different people use different words to define learning within educational psychology, but in general, we're talking about a step-by-step process in which an individual experiences permanent, lasting changes in knowledge, behaviors, or ways of processing the world. Types of learning. Observational learning. It is watching someone else behave and noting the consequences of that behavior. We all learn how to speak as very young children by simply watching and listening to the people around us. We learn how to do simple motions, such as walking, by watching all the adults around us walking. Sometimes observational learning is so natural that we don't even realize that is happening. Cognitive learning, which is learning through active and consecutive thoughts process, such as practice or using our memory. One example might be that we were taught how to tell the time by looking at a clock. Someone taught us the meaning of the big hand and little hand, but you might have had to practice telling time when you were first learning it. This process of learning was entirely inside your mind, and you didn't involve any physical motion or behaviors. It was all cognitive, meaning an internal thought process. Classical conditioning. It is learning to associate a particular thing in our environment with a prediction of what will happen next. The most famous example of classical conditioning is research by the Russian scientist Pavlov, who taught his dogs that every time he rang a bell, he would give them food. Eventually, the dogs started to drool with anticipation every time they heard the bell ring. Operant conditioning. Here we learn that a particular behavior is usually followed by a reward or punishment.
My name is Berta. I'm an English teacher here at the Faculty of Languages. Learning for me is getting knowledge from different aspects, from different people. Sharing also knowledge is also important. What are the advantages of using technology in acquiring language? Well, it's really important nowadays. Now we have a lot of technology, so I consider it is really important. We have to go through the years with technology when it's like coming each day new. So it's really important we have our students with that technology also. Thank you.
Professor here, I teach literature, some English, I guess. Well, what is learning for me? For me, learning is a process in which you change your attitudes, you change your knowledge, and you expand your vision of something. Well, by using technology in the classroom, well, we need to talk about several things. We need to talk about environments. We need to talk about applications. Today, applications are very fashionable, and I can see that here. For instance, we have Socrative for students, Socrative for teacher, which is an application that you can use in the classroom. Yeah, you as a teacher create some questions, and you upload the exam. You upload the exam. The students answer these questions. Of course, if you have internet, if you don't have internet, this is completely useless. Yeah? And this is one of the disadvantages. The advantage that I can find here is that you don't have to grade. You are graded immediately. Well, for me, this is one of the advantages. This university has many limitations in the environment that they created, and they have to overcome and create new versions of a platform. So it is a hit and miss process. It's a hit and miss process in which they have had to learn how to create an environment for teaching. So I guess that this is for them some kind of learning. Well, I don't know what else to say? I guess that there are many advantages to technology, but in my case, it depends on the subject. Some subjects require the use of technology more than others. In my case, in literature, if you can read, with electronic devices, and you can read in Kindle, in a tablet. Probably that is an expansion of the use of technology. But in other subjects, I think that there are